Welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to be doing a review on the new Soundcore Boom Go 3i, which I've got this little thing propped up on a glass because in standard like micro speaker fashion there's no way for it to stand up by itself, which is kind of sorry to start with a problem in the first 18 seconds, but that's just kind of it is annoying day to day. But yeah, this is the kind of smaller version of the Soundcore Boom 3i. I think it is just called the normal kind of like the JBL Flip style, like the longer bar version, which I did a review on recently-ish, came out 6 months ago or so, maybe longer. But I said that was one of the best speakers you could buy for the money, and it really is. I still maintain that today, and I still own one. So hopefully this slightly smaller version can pack a punch as well and can take over this market. Soundcore are obviously very competitive in the kind of budget market, and yeah, do often deliver. So spec wise, it's for sale for 60 quid on the Soundcore website, which is kind of bordering on too much already, to be honest. I managed to get it for 45 on Amazon, which is much more like what you'd expect. But I looked on Amazon now and I think it's 53 now. But that might have been without the voucher. You know what these things are like they say the RRP is 60, 70 quid, but actually you never pay that. You always pay 40 to 50 max. So I got it for 45. Hopefully you can get it for a similar price. I probably wouldn't pay too much more. It's got 15 watt of output, which is quite impressive for its small size. And it says 92 decibels of sound, so obviously we'll be testing that. 24 hours of playtime, which is also very impressive considering its size, although I suppose it's only got 15 watts to power. And that can also be used as a power bank to charge. Well, it says you can charge an iPhone 17 up to 63%. So this full charge will only get an iPhone 17 to 63%. So it's not like it's going to be a it's not a power bank, but it would be useful. You know, if you had this and your phone was about to die, you want to top it up a bit. They did give a stat on how long it would take to charge. I think they said like 0 to 40% in like 60 minutes or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, it's not a fast charger and it's not doesn't hold a big capacity, but it would save you in an emergency. So that's cool to have that feature. Bear in mind that is just a normal iPhone 17 as well. If you've got a Pro or Pro Max, then it's going to be probably 50% you're actually going to get out of it, but hey ho, still the point stands. It's IP68, like water and dust resistance, so that's nice. You don't have to worry about where you're taking this. It's also got a 3.28 foot or 1 meter, as a normal person would say, drop proof like kind of rating, so you also don't have to worry too much about dropping it from kind of waist height. It's going to be fine. You know, you might have some visual marks, but not too bad. And you probably won't even have that either because it's made of quite rugged materials, which obviously we'll move on to in a minute. It's got this kind of strap before, which I think we've seen. I'm not sure if we've seen it from Soundcore before or who it was from, but it's a fairly common kind of strap design where you can kind of tie it round poles and things, or in this case you can also do this with it, and then you can make it like a kind of like the old like JBL clips and stuff used to be, where you can now kind of hang it off things like that. So it's got 2 modes on it, which is nicely thought out. You know, it's not just like, because I think we saw something similar to this where it just only had this kind of wrap on a pole thing, which I feel like is actually quite a niche application. Like, I'm not quite sure how often I'd use that. But yeah, so nice that this has 2 modes. The actual build quality on this thing is really nice. Like, the front of it is, I mean, it's obviously plastic, but it feels really premium. It's not scratchy plastic. It kind of looks like almost like kind of washed aluminium type stuff from a distance, but it is really nice. It might actually even be, I don't know, but it's a nice feeling material. The edges kind of just rubber, but again, they don't pick up too much dirt or dust or anything like that, and they feel quite nice. On the right hand side, you've got an Auracast button, a bass mode changing button, Bluetooth power, and then you've also got a little LED screen, which is quite fancy. So it shows you the like the battery percentage you've got left, and it shows you whether you're in bass mode or not, or what mode you're in. And it's quite cute. It kind of turns itself off when you're not using it and turns itself back on when you press one of the volume buttons. But it's yeah, probably a little bit niche. You could have just done with a light under the bass button and volume, you know, kind of like a normal slider for for volume, or nothing even most of the time these small speakers have, but it is quite unique and I like that. You know, it's nice to see, like, we do so many reviews on here, it feels like, of just small speaker after small speaker, and they're exactly the same every time, and I really struggle to find something unique to say about it, so it's nice we've got this feature. On the top you've got volume down, play, volume up, fairly standard, and then an exposed USB-C port on the bottom, obviously still waterproof. And then you've got some little feet on the back, obviously a kind of cover there for the sub. But yeah, overall a really nice, really clean design, and I love the lights on the front as well. There's some different light modes you can change through. But yeah, that's a really nice, like, small speakers like this again don't often have lights on them at all, so it's really nice to have that. Kind of sets it apart and looks different. I like that a lot. But yeah, let's do the sound test. So we'll be playing Royalty at 80% volume, and then we will talk about it afterwards. Okay, so sound test over. We can see from the frequency chart, it's actually fairly flat. I changed through a couple modes, those sound modes there. So it started off in bass, and then I pressed it once and we went into like normal mode effectively. And then I pressed it again and it goes into eco, which is really weird because the bass goes down, I think, a little bit, but the volume gets quite a lot higher. And actually I feel like it almost sounds its best in eco mode, although it does turn the lights off, which is a bit annoying. But yeah, like in that test there especially, I think it sounded best in eco mode, ironically. But I'm sure you could mess around with the EQ yourself in the settings and make your own one. But yeah, it's a very capable little speaker. I think it definitely does benefit from some custom EQ. Like on the stock ones, I feel like there's almost no difference between bass and normal, to be honest. I can't notice much difference. But it's a good sounding speaker. Like the bass isn't too bad. You know, it's got bass up 2.0. It says it's like 50 hertz to 150 hertz range of bass, which is impressive. And you can see from the frequency chart, you know, it's quite strong in the bass area, strong in the mids, a little bit weaker in the treble. We've got some gaps there and it falls off fairly quickly. But, you know, for like a speaker with presumably one driver doing everything, it's a nice compromise. I think, you know, if you can pick it up for 40-45 quid, then it's a good deal. I probably wouldn't pay too much more. If you're paying 60-ish, at that point I'd probably just save up the extra pennies and get the normal Boom 3i rather than this Go version, because it is kind of like 3 times better. But if you're on a strict budget of about 50 quid max and you can't go over that, then this is definitely one of the best in that region. I like the unique features, the screen, the lights, and it has the, it has the capacity to be a really, really solid sounding speaker. It's also got those, with the strap being a bit more versatile than some other stuff on the market. You've got some extra mounting things. So, yeah, being fully waterproof, drop proof as well, 24 hours of battery, power bank. It's kind of got everything you need, and some quirky features as well. So I think this is a good buy. But like I said, if you can stretch the budget, then I'd go for the Boom 3i, the normal one, because it is, it's just a different class of speaker. It's got like 2 extra drivers, effectively being dedicated sub and an extra driver. So yeah, obviously size always wins in the speaker realm, but if you want something this size and your budget is a bit restricted, then rest assured that this is about the best you're going to get.